And Levi, I was a bad husband. Um, I blacked out every weekend for 6 years while I was living with you because my only excuse or reason, it's not really an excuse, it's more of a reason. Um, at age 18, I got locked up in a mental hospital because they thought I was schizophrenic and bipolar. I kept telling them they were wrong for 3 years. I met your mother 2 years after being locked up in mental hospitals. I was 20. At age 21, I finally gave up telling them that they were wrong because they wouldn't listen. So I found out that alcohol helped my thoughts because they wouldn't find out what was wrong. I'm now 34, and all I needed was eye surgery, and it took away the hallucinations I was having. I used to see I used to see a yellow haze around all objects and stuff. Like everything had a yellow haze around it. And that caused hallucinations, which have given me the ability to say weird things that you've heard when I was seeing you last. I don't see that weird stuff anymore, but somehow I'm able to remember everything from 34 years of having hallucinations caused by an eye disease called dissociated vertical deviance. I forgot my train of thought. I was thinking that you may not be old enough to understand this, and I'm wasting my time. But I didn't mean to ruin the family. I don't feel this was my fault. I feel it was the psychiatry's fault for not doing proper testing. I'm getting a blood test to prove that I don't have high levels of dopamine, which causes schizophrenia. It's a chemical your pineal gland produces. They call it your third eyeball. It's on top of your brainstem. So I don't know why they don't do that blood test. Like I'm getting all my levels of hormones tested this week. I'm getting my dopamine, which causes schizophrenia if you have too much. Levi, you supposedly have ADHD. That would mean that you don't have enough dopamine, which is why you can't focus. And that legal medication that you take, which is the same as cocaine or methamphetamine, is just made by the government, the Adderall or Ritalin or whatever you take, that produces more dopamine in your body. So does cocaine and methamphetamine, which are illegal. So the government gives you legal methamphetamine pretty much. I don't believe in it. I would like to see a blood test to see if you actually do have low levels of dopamine, which would have to be done after the medication was out of your system. As soon as I can, I'm going to get you an in-depth eye exam like I had to see if you've got the same problem. So, I'm getting my adrenaline checked, which causes anxiety. I'm not sure what not enough anxiety. I think depression is lack of the anxiety chemical in your body. So if you're depressed, get a blood test. But depression is kind of easy to tell. Like, if someone's depressed. I mean, it's an easy diagnosis. Bipolar, on the other hand, I think it's too much serotonin, not enough melatonin, and ups and downs of adrenaline. And I'm getting all of those chemicals tested in my body, and I'm on no medication for psych meds. I'm sleeping fine. I'm not sleeping now because I've got something I'm worrying about. But I can handle not sleeping for a day. I mean, I don't need to freak out because I don't sleep. It just gets pretty lonely and weighs down on my body because, it weighs down on my body because my body's producing less electricity in my brain. But it gets lonely because I don't have a family at home anymore. I've lost you guys, maybe forever. I don't know. So I'm getting my melatonin. I already said it. I think those are all the chemicals I'm getting tested. Melatonin, dopamine, serotonin. Serotonin is the chemical that makes you happy. Melatonin is the chemical that makes you sleep. Melatonin is produced at night. It's produced from your pineal gland as well as the dopamine is produced from your pineal gland. Serotonin is produced in your bottom of your brain stem as well as your intestines. That's the happy chemical that makes you happy. If you don't have enough serotonin, you're probably a little depressed, maybe. Or you're just maybe not as happy. I don't know what levels of hormones they're supposed to be in your body. I will find out if it's normal when I get my test. I'll do another update on that. Or I won't, because I'm going to have to go to court to prove to you that I'm a good dad and not a horrible, evil monster like you may or may not have been told. I did drink a lot of alcohol, but for some reason I couldn't figure out I just needed eye surgery. I couldn't figure out to go to the eye doctor. I knew I blew a firecracker up in my eye when I was 7. It wasn't until this last time of getting slipped drugs at college, which I wasn't doing drugs, but someone slipped me some drugs. I was smoking pot, but that's not a drug, and I was smoking that to not be in pain. But I found a medication that's works perfect for my pain. It's all natural. It's called Kratom. Doesn't get me high like marijuana does. I don't feel retarded on it, and I don't have any pain. So I don't need the marijuana anymore, which is a good thing because I was tired of feeling retarded. As you all may have known, I'm a pretty smart guy. Even when I say weird things, they all make sense if you're a spiritual person and practice closed-eyed meditation. Which, Cadence, I tried teaching you closed-eyed meditation, but you wouldn't do it. I don't know, you looked up at me and just kept shaking your head. It was kind of cute. So, those are the chemicals. Dopamine makes focus. Melatonin makes sleep. Serotonin makes happiness. And anxiety causes, well, I don't know the name of the chemical for anxiety, or the adrenal gland, which is what produces hormones, or the hormones for anxiety. But you need those in certain situations, you know. When you fall and you put your hand down right away, that's your adrenal gland kicking in to throw that energy towards you to make sure you catch yourself so you don't hit your head. It's a fight or flight response hormone. So I'll be able to prove that I'm not mentally ill. I say weird things, but I'm not on medication. I don't need medication. I will do great things in psychology one day. Hopefully it becomes noticed before I die. I'm writing my 3rd book right now called Spiritual Psychology Terms and Definitions. I'm still able to say weird things, but I don't see it anymore. All the things that I say are all memories of stuff I've said before. So, there's a lot of weird stuff I've said. I've written a lot of it down. I've written books, YouTube videos. They mean something to somebody somewhere that's mentally ill. I just don't know which things to say to which people. And that's where my studies come in. Now, I think I can cure mental illness in some people by saying the right weird thing to them. I don't feel that medication fixes the problem. All it does is mask the problem. And any drug in the world, especially psych meds. I've been on psych meds. Psych meds get you high. When you're taking your Adderall, if that's what you're on, Levi, you're getting high. I'm sorry, but it's not needed. You just need the proper amount of positive attention that you think you need. And I'm assuming it's because I'm gone. And I really wasn't there when I was around. My eyes were all messed up, and I was hallucinating because I needed eye surgery and didn't know it until it was too late. So, yeah, I was born left eye dominant. I changed my name to Lefty because I'm not Chad anymore. I got divorced. I'm a different person. I knew I was left eye dominant. This is not a mole. This is a tattoo of a heart. So if you don't know what eye dominance is, you can look it up. I tried teaching you guys it. I don't think I got a proper response. You were too young. But because of the firecracker, it changed my eye dominance because I had to wear an eye patch over my left eye, and my brain took over with my right eye dominant. So I don't know. I ended up homeless and sat here with an eye patch over my right eye so I could be left eye dominant again. And a month and a half of complete silence, just smoking cigarettes and eating potatoes and butter and drinking water. I decided to go to the eye doctor and get all the tests I could to see what was wrong. And I found out what was wrong, and I got the surgery. And when I woke up from the surgery, I was weirded out. I was mad because my eye dominance didn't switch back to my left. But then on the way home, I realized I didn't see that yellow haze. And I thought that yellow haze was normal because of me practicing closed-eyed meditation. And I was like, feet smell like mustard type of thing is what I was stuck there. And it was weird because I thought it was normal, and I thought it was going to go away. I didn't know it was going to go away. But it did. So now if I was going to say something weird, which is an analogy, my things that I've said that are weird are all analogies. It's a real thing in psychology. An analogy is a real thing in English language. You'll learn about it in English class one day. You may or may not have already learned about it in English class in school, but an analogy is taking two things that are not similar and taking two or more things that are not similar and making them similar. So if I were to say an analogy for what I see now, I would say that my eyeballs are made out of cotton, because the cotton, the white of it, represents clear vision. So, and that was like the last weird thing I thought of, and that was like the day of the surgery. I was like, what the hell? So, I think that's a very high factor that people with bipolar need to learn, and they actually need to understand it. But I'm not a doctor of psychology, so I can't do studies and all that stuff yet. It's strange because all them hallucinations I had for 34 years of my life are very heavy still. It's like I'm walking through a waterfall of mustard and I'm coming out of it. And like I can see the clear vision, but for 34 years of hallucinating, it has weighed my soul down. And I'm very, very, very spiritually sick. I need a wife. I need a family, and I don't have a family. My mom, I don't get along with her very well. I can't talk to her. Jim abused me as a child. I'm not mad at him, but he's a good guy now. But I just don't like my family that I do have. I don't know you guys. I love you guys, but I don't know if you'll like me. I mean, you may love me, but I don't know if you'll like me. And I guess that's something I'm gonna have to live with if you don't. But my grandma and grandpa, my aunts and uncles, my sister, my brothers, I don't talk to them. I don't hang out with them. I have no family. I'm still hoping you're my family, but I don't have any other family besides you, because you did come from my testicles. That's where babies come from. You didn't come from your mother's body. She just grew you like a plant. And I've said that before years ago, so that was just a memory. Like, I still have memories, like, with my conversation styles of how I talk, and just normal conversations that are always normal, but I used to always throw in a weird analogy with them, and I still remember them when I start talking. So, I try to talk more about small talk now, which is stuff people don't care about. Like, I bought a new couch today, or, I heard she's dating him now, and, she dumped him because he was cheating on her, or blah, 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 like stuff like that. Or, oh, hey, he got a new job, or something like that. Like I try to talk about stuff like that more around. I'm tired of talking about psychology. As smart as I am with it, it's something I can do. It's something I don't have to do. I forgot what I was gonna say. That still happens. I do have. See that scar right there? I cracked my skull open when I was 2 years old, and I damaged my Broca's area in my brain. And that's the area where you process how you want to talk about what you want to talk about. So because of that brain damage I had at age 2, I don't know how I think I want to talk. So the only way I can talk freely and comfortably is if I talk about psychology stuff or meditation stuff. It just comes naturally. But if I try to do the small talks type things, it doesn't work out very well because I can't, I don't know how I think I want to talk. I think that caused a slight sort of speech autism with me because everybody else talks about material objects and things and gossip, but I can't stick to a storyline for very long before I just stop, and it's like, that's all I had to say. People are probably looking at me like, well, what else you can talk about? And I don't have anything else to say, so it gets uncomfortable. And maybe I just get uncomfortable because I think that they thought I was going to continue talking, but I end up not because I have nothing left to say. So my projection on what people are actually thinking may be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what else I want to say. I just want to talk forever. I want to talk for 7 years to catch up with you guys. I've missed 7 years of your thoughts because psychiatry failed to fix me. And there has to be a lot of other people on the planet that can be fixed. Just like I was. I don't know if I can't get 7 years back. 7 years of missed thoughts with your children is impossible. There's so many things I missed out on. The most important part of your child's psychological and physical and social development was missed. I didn't teach you how to think. Mario taught you how to think. Mommy taught you how to love. That's the difference between a man and a woman when teaching their children. It's in psychology. I learned it in college. So you probably don't think like me. I don't understand what justice I'm supposed to get out of this. Where's my social justice? That's a heavy phrase in my life now is social justice. I have people in this town I live in that respect me, and I don't know why they're nice to me. For a while there, I was still posting weird shit on Facebook, but then I noticed that there's all sorts of weird stuff on Facebook, and there's all sorts of weird stuff on the radio. Why can't I make millions of dollars from it? Because we all know I'm better at being weird than anybody you've ever met. But my weird's a cartoon weird. I speak cartoons. Like cartoons come out of my mouth when I speak in those weird ways. And I don't like it. It ruined my life. Your mother hates me. I don't know what her feelings are. And I probably never will. All I ever tried to do was get along, but I wasn't able to think properly, probably because of everything that happened, and I didn't have eye surgery till a couple of weeks ago. So, um, but we are the victims here. Me, you, your mother. Psychiatry failed us, and I can't sue them. I don't have a doctor that will be able to prove that they did something wrong. I asked the eye doctor if he could testify, and he said he needed to know me beforehand, and he couldn't because he didn't know me before the surgery. So there's 34 years of my life that I'll never get back. I feel like I was just born like a couple weeks ago. I think it's been 3 weeks now on Tuesday. So I'm a 3-week-old baby, and I'm having to analyze all of my life and everything that I should know at my age and think my age. And honestly, I feel that I think like I'm in my 60s. I'm not like I'm not like my generation. I'm like Grandpa's generation. I think like Grandpa's generation. I'm smart like Grandpa's generation. I'm not dumb like my generation is. I'm not superficial. I'm not selfish. I just want social justice. And I'm pretty much forcing myself to stay up because I don't want to go to bed. I have too many bad memories when I close my eyes. I could probably fall asleep into a nightmare. But I don't know what the deal is. I remember all the bad things that happened in life. I don't know why I pay attention to negative things so much, but I'm trying to pay attention to the positive things, even if it's just as simple as being able to talk on a video, hoping you'll watch and understand it one day. But I don't know. I closed my eyes and I had this dream one day. Like, I practiced closed-eyed meditation. Like, I tried teaching you, Cadence, and Levi, you were listening that day, but I practiced it for the past 18 years, and I started doing it again recently. But it pretty much shuts off your brain and you have no thoughts. It's like rebooting a computer when you meditate. You can see pictures online of a brain in meditation state, and it's barely moving. And when I'm sitting there and after breathing through my nose for an hour with my eyes closed without swallowing, I completely have no thoughts in my head. It's completely empty, like my brain got shut off, like a computer. And I was having this dream one day, and I felt like I woke up from a tar pit, and my left eye was a glass stop sign, and my right eye was just a black hole. And now that's all I see when I close my eyes is that dream. Like, I think that's nirvana. I have been freed from spiritual reincarnation. I have reached the highest state of spirituality that I'll ever get. And that's what it looks like to me. It's on my Facebook profile picture. It's going to be the cover on my new book that I publish. But, like, that's all I see anymore. It's just my left eye's a glass stop sign. And I honestly want to be left eye dominant again. Like, I think that's what left eye dominant people deal with. Levi, I'm pretty sure you're left eye dominant. You did tell me red is white, and I had that dream about the glass stop sign before you were born. I was worried. I was fighting other things. I was fighting psychiatry. I couldn't focus on red is white. So, I mean, red and white are what colors a stop sign are. And you probably got that idea because I told you there was a straw in your heart. And I don't know if you remember telling me or not, or what your intentions were, but it was cute arguing with you that day. No, there's not. So I'm pretty sure you're left eye dominant. I can usually tell left eye dominance through behavior. I am left brain dominant, but I'm not left eye dominant. So, like, I think with this side of the brain, but I see with this side of my eyes. So it's like a diagonal. It's like a diagonal line, and I call that perceptional dominance is what I call that. It's not a thing in psychiatry, but it happens. Some people aren't the same eye dominance as their brain dominance. I think your mother's right-brained but left-eyed, and I think you and Levi got the blessing because I think Cadence is right-brained and right-eyed, and Levi, I think you're left-brained and left-eyed, which is like a straight pattern. It's like straight ahead. I think with this side, I see with this side. Boom. Boom. So, that's a good thing for you guys. At least you can walk straight, and you don't have to do a diagonal line with your thinking process. And I know your mother probably doesn't even understand this stuff because I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why she acts so stupid. I didn't think she was that stupid, but I don't know. I am sorry, but I couldn't control the hallucinations, and the medications weren't doing nothing, so I had to drink to get rid of the hallucinations. And I didn't mean to chuckle there, but that was the only way I knew how to do it. It was horrible. Like, I went through the worst of it because it was me. I had to watch myself do these things, but I couldn't control them. And the only time I got relief from the hallucinations was when I was drunk and drinking and blacking out. And then I had to wake up and deal with the hallucinations again, and it was horrible. For 34 years I dealt with that. It got worse when I hit puberty, and then I started doing hallucinogens, and it got worse, and then I started drinking, and it went away. And, like, from a baby, I was born with that eye disease. Like, I don't know why nobody caught it. I mean, you figure they would have caught it when I went to the emergency room from blowing a firecracker up in a Roman candle after sticking my eye down there to look at it, but apparently that wasn't enough for the eye doctor to notice I had dissociated vertical deviance. I went to the eye doctor every fucking year since age 7 after the firecracker incident, and apparently these doctors couldn't tell that this guy had dissociated vertical deviance, and all I had was strabismus surgery, and it fixed everything. I know my eyes aren't brown. They're green. They look brown. Probably because of the lighting. But, and I got arthritis in my spine now from doing all that work at Bonnevilla. When I was with you guys, I worked my ass off. I can't work that fast anymore. I can't work that heavy. I got emphysema from smoking too much, but cigarettes are the only thing that keeps me sane and alive. It's lonely at night. I can stay 8 hours on here. I don't know if you watch this, if you're still listening. I'm SORRIE. I don't know. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm a little mad at Mario. He was a real dick to me. But whatever. I don't care. Not mad at your mother. How could I be mad at her? She was part of the victims with us. Like, she wasn't the only victim. I was a victim. You were a victim. And everybody ballooned it out of proportion. And maybe you're watching this with me one day. I don't know. I mean, that'd be cool. Hi, how you doing? I think maybe on your 18th birthday, I'll have you watch this because I would assume you're not going to watch it. You know, Cadence, you ended up blocking me on Instagram. I don't know what the fuck that was all about. I didn't say anything weird. You said some weird shit too, little girl. You told me the clouds look like cotton balls and the sky looks like strawberry milk when it sunsets. I don't know what your deal is, but just because yours were more reasonable doesn't mean it's any weirder. Mine are just on a deeper thought level. Like, I can go pretty deep in my thought pattern. Like, meditating in your closed-eyed meditation causes you to go into your subconscious mind. I've been inside my subconscious mind through closed-eyed meditation so many times I can't leave anymore. Like, I'm always in my subconscious mind, and I have to actively work to not think about being in my subconscious mind. So I have to purposefully try to not talk about my subconscious mind. And it's pretty dark in here. I don't know. I close my eyes, I see black. It's like a black curtain. And then I open my eyes and it's yellow. And I close my eyes and it's red or white or black. Well, I close my eyes. Red is white over here with the glass stop sign and black over here. And then I know there's yellow out here when I open my eyes. So I open my eyes and there's the yellow. It's all I see. It's been days now, honestly, that's all I see. Like, nothing changes. It's the same fucking picture every day, and it scares the shit out of me because I saw this picture when I was like 17 years old. Like, shit, I could have stayed in the corner then. That would have behooved me the most. Like, stay in the corner, dude. I was told to stay in the corner by a friend of mine. Stay in the corner. I was like, I didn't even pay attention. Your mom said weird things to me. She told me not to poop with my left eye shut. So you know what I did? I pooped with my left eye shut. I don't know why that matters. Your mom told me once, what was it? Hold on. She said, my brain feels like my vagina, and my vagina feels like, wait, no, what was it? Yeah, my brain feels like my vagina. And sometimes, no, I think there's another part to it. Let me think. Well, I'm just going to add on to it because I don't think, she didn't say this first part, but vaginas look like bubblegum. My brain looks like my vagina. And sometimes when I eat broccoli, I feel like a nest in a tree with eggs in it, but scrambled. Your mom said everything part of that except for vaginas look like bubblegum. So I don't know what the deal was. I think the deal was that I was saying too many weird things too much, which I understand. Like, I went overboard with that shit, but like, for some reason, some guy told me to take the cotton out of my ears and stick it in my mouth, and everything just got poof. Like, it was no longer just little hallucinations. It was just boom. It went crazy. And it was just universally out of proportion. I don't know. So I went overboard with it. And like, if I'm always talking in analogies, I mean, what's the point in talking to me? Like, dude, all you say is weird stuff. Like, it was cool for a while, but like, you went a little overboard with it. So that's why I started writing. And that's why I really don't talk that much anymore, because I don't see new hallucinations. I don't have those visions anymore. So I don't really feel how calling the cops on me was proper. Unless you're going to... See, this is what I was thinking about the cop things. Yeah, your mom called the cops on me all the time. But a really attractive woman... I met this girl named Crystal and dated her for a while. I felt like she was the police after me because she was so attractive. It's like, yes, the police are here. And I just kept seeing like little red and blue flashing roses or flowers in her hair. And I was like, oh my God, she's so hot. It's like, Miss Police Officer. So I have this thing in my head that's what your mother was trying to get across. I don't know. That women are like police officers in the bedroom or something. I don't know. Like, if you're having sex with a woman, it's like a police officer, and the more attractive she is, the brighter the flashing lights are. That's what I got out of your mom calling the cops on me all the time. I got that from a song called Scarlet Begonias by Sublime. We sold some mushroom tea, we sold some ecstasy, we sold nitrous heroin, acid, opium, and PCP, and now I hear the police coming after me. Yes, now I hear the police coming after me. The one hot chick with the flowers in her hair, I hear the police coming after me. I don't know, like that's what I was thinking about. So I'm not mad about that. It was kind of cute in a mean way. I don't know. I don't know if that was. I'm assuming that wasn't her intentions, but you never know. Your mom. I mean, after saying some of the weird shit she told me, I wouldn't put it past her to be that clever about it. Which would inevitably mean that she's a clever queen, but I can still say more weird shit than you any day of the week. I have it all written down. You didn't write your stuff down, did you? No, you did not. I got books. I got 2 books I wrote. I got hundreds of YouTube videos. I got a website. Facebook. I don't know how many Facebooks I got, but, you know, there. So, I don't know. Like, saying weird shit's okay, but, like, not as much as I was doing it. Now, Mario told me I didn't deserve bubblegum. Like, yeah, I do. Like, you're fucking stupid. I deserve the best vagina, bubblegum vagina that I can find. Because the more attractive the woman, the more she gives your soul energy. And I'm assuming that goes vice versa for men to women. But my soul's pretty damaged right now. Yeah, this is my sex talk. I don't give a shit. Like, I missed out on that. I tried doing it in a subtle way by telling you nerds make the best boyfriends. I don't feel Levi was old enough because he hadn't been taught it in school. But the way they teach you about sex and drugs in school is not correct. You got to teach on a deep level of spirituality so that they understand lessons that they would have learned after bad things would have happened. Like, that's why nerds make the best boyfriends. Or if you wait till you get married, I'll give you $5,000, but you can't get married till you're, 30, or you can't have a child till you're 30, and I'll buy you a house, or, something like that. But I didn't get to go into the actual, like, vaginas look like bubblegum and, stuff like that on a sexual level because I didn't want to go too far, but I didn't even get to say vaginas look like bubblegum because I hadn't thought of it yet. So hopefully no one took that from me and told you, because that would totally destroy me. But I guess if someone's going to try to claim my Candyland that I made up, then I guess that's rude. Like, tell your own daughter, but don't tell my daughter what I thought of when I wanted to have the sex conversation with her or with my son. Like, I deserve to have a sex conversation with both my children, just like every mother and father should with their children. But I didn't get to do that, so I'll get to it one day. I don't know. So, and you can lie to me and tell me no one ever told you that, and I'll know if you're lying, but I'll pretend that I know you're telling me the truth just to make you feel better, because it will break my heart if I wasn't able to tell you guys vaginas look like bubblegum. I thought that was pretty much the only part of the sex conversation I needed to have on a sexual level, but I still wanted to go into mind and soul, because you need 3 things in order to have a good relationship. You need mind, body, and soul. The mind is the most important. The body creates the soul, or the one soul. Me and your mother had some rings once that said one soul, one love. I don't know what happened to it. I think that might have been the wedding ring. I'm not sure. I think they were white gold. But that's how relationships work. The mind creates the ability to have body, which enables your souls to connect and create the energy you need to be happy and comfortably happy. So I guess I got that out of the way. With repeating myself once in a while, like that's where the I don't know how I think I want to talk. That's what I do when I repeat myself. Like, it just circles around, and it's just like, I didn't get it out right. I didn't use the right words in the right order. I don't know. That's actually called, well, I don't know. It's called the semantical syntax of sentence structure in psychology, or something like that is what I made up. But I didn't use the right words in the right order. I could say one sentence 15 different ways, and different people will think I meant different things just because it was written differently. That's why I don't understand why the English language is that way. There's no rules in the English language. Like, you wonder why rap music's so fucking weird. Like, I ain't that weird. Like, I don't talk about all the shit. I don't know. Like, rap music's no better than the shit that I say, and I know your mother listens to that in the fucking car. I bet that new song about bloody shoes, that Carla girl or Carrie, I don't know what the fuck her name was, but I guarantee you listen to that song. It was a number hit song not too long ago, month ago in October of 17. Like, these expensive, these is bloody shoes. I gotta buy a bag to fix my teeth. She was talking about buying marijuana to make her teeth shinier. I don't know why she just didn't say that, but like, they do that in the rap industry. They cleverly say something that doesn't fully explain it to make me think of the actual explanation. Like, that's what she meant by it. She buys marijuana, she smokes it, and it makes her teeth shiny because she fixes them. I can do that all day long with rap music and listen, even not rap music, like other music, like the Concrete Pillow song by Everclear, maybe Verve Pipe, maybe, I don't know. It's a classic alternative. It's an alternative song, but he talks about a concrete pillow, like that represents the white feeling you should feel when you're trying to sleep, or the cotton in your eyes. So like, people say weird shit all the time, and they try to be clever about it by using material objects instead of just saying what they fucking mean, which is why I invented visual replacement therapy. Is a therapy I invented that uses weird analogies like that to help people think better. But the thing is, I didn't know that was an actual therapy until I thought of it about a couple weeks ago after my surgery. I was like, oh, that's what that shit was. Well, now that I found a place for it and I can create a whole therapy out of this, and the whole world can actually use this as a therapy to fix certain people, like, boom! Who's the man? I invented one more thing in psychology. I've invented a lot of shit in psychology. I'm just not being listened to right now. I don't have enough credentials. I don't have a master's degree. I'm not a doctor. We're not going to take you seriously. Dude, whatever. I practice meditation more than anybody that's in psychiatry, most likely. And it's not my fault that America doesn't practice closed-eyed meditation. I'm just saying, like, if you can't sit down in the corner and meet your soul, then what's the fucking point of being alive? I don't know. I can see my soul if I want to go close-eye meditation. It'll take about an hour of breathing through my nose with my eyes closed without swallowing. I don't even have to sit in lotus position. Yeah, the lotus position will make my feet numb and it'll make me feel like I'm floating, Cadence. But I can do it right now like this if I wanted to. Just breathe through my nose for an hour without swallowing. And then eventually I'll be like, my soul will show up and I'll see it. And then I'll sit there for a while, and then I'll open my eyes and then swallow, and then then it'll go away. But yeah. But because of my eye surgery, it didn't go away. It just stayed there. And I saw my soul for 34 years, every waking moment of my life. And it got weird. I don't know. The soul's the number one ignored thing on the planet. And that's why the behavior of this planet is summed up in one word: greed. You want to know why I never smoke with my left hand? Nope, I don't really care. I'm not gonna tell you. I just like smoking with my right hand more. If I'm right-eye dominant, I'll be like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I see you over there. If I put my cigarette over there, it's like, fuck. Yeah. There's a fucking hole I can't see. See, that's being weird. But I thought about that years ago. It just came back to me in the conversation of, I just noticed I was lighting my cigarette and I had it in my right hand. That shit comes back to me. And I try not to go into that shit. I wonder how many different weird things I've said. Like, if I could have just had them in alphabetical order with the first letter and listed them, all the way down to A through Z. How many would there have been? I don't know. The world may never know. But how many weird things did Eminem say? Or Tech Nine? Or the movie Alice in Wonderland? Or Family Guy? What if I could take every weird thing ever said and make a dictionary out of it in alphabetical order? And then every time someone says something new, has to be added to the dictionary. The dictionary of weird shit. It's a brilliant idea, but it'll never be done. I am not studying everything ever said by anybody and everybody. You studied everything everybody said ever? I'd have to go all the way back to Jesus being weird. Like, Jesus was weird. You go to church and listen to weird stories about Jesus, and he's idolized. But I'm just crazy and dysfunctional. No, I was crazy and dysfunctional because I was saying it too much. Plus, I was making you look at your soul when I said it. So, like, that's a little scary if you don't practice closed-eye meditation. So I suggest you start. Reboot your brain. Go meet your soul. Like I tried getting you to do it, Cadence. You wouldn't do it. I hope you have by now. And if you haven't, maybe one day we'll sit in the living room and we'll sit in a chair. We'll sit in some chairs. And we'll all have a meditation circle. I don't know how long. It takes practice to not swallow for about an hour. Actually, it didn't take me. Like the first time I meditated, closed-eyed, like boom. I felt like I was just a skeleton and all my skin was gone. That's it. Like I was like looking behind myself and I could see my skull. And it was just my skeleton there. It was black with a white skeleton in the middle. That's all I saw. My skin was gone. My heart was gone. Everything was gone. I was thinking about nothing. I have other meditations I've had. But all in all, it all goes back to the glass stop sign in my left eye. Like, I don't know why, but there's nothing past that. That's like the end. That's the end of the rabbit hole.